take there.
And we'll see how they turn around. Oh, goodbye, Keg. He is now faded out of existence. Now we head into the first map between AAAd and the Chiefs. This is the first crossover matchup we have between the OCE and the Asia region. So I'm excited, right? Both of these teams definitely have been doing a lot of work in the background. And now we begin our crossover episode.
Here we are. The moment we've all been waiting for. The draft. And to kick off the draft, we do see Mantis and Gambit taken away. But Gambit's here to stay if you're AAAd today. So, very eager to see how it's going to go for them and theirs right now.
Yeah, I mean, with the Chiefs committing their first ban onto the Mantis, AAAd committing their first ban onto the Gambit means that AAAd will get the one-sided Gambit. And now, again, right, the Chiefs just have to take away things that are enabled by the Gambit, and the Rogue will be that first priority being taken off the table. AAAd will take away the Mantis because it does seem like the Chiefs didn't really want to go for the Mantis save, instead went over towards the Rocket. So right now, these ban drafts looking a little bit spicier right now. Looking at that part where both teams have a chance to ban at the exact same time, it does seem like AAAd take away the Cyclops, but the Chiefs take away the Rocket. So it's going to be a Rocket Raccoon one-sided, and there's a chance that this Cyclops finally goes untouched.
Oh my goodness, we might see some
for one
Ruby
side.
Rage. Yeah. So we could see one-sided Gambit and one-sided Cyclops, depending on the last point of priority here. I'm really curious as to what's going to be locked in last. Luna going to be locked in for the AAAd side there, so they've at least got that they can play with. The Chiefs have one last point in contention here, and now though, Dan, who's it going to be?
Ooh, it's going to be Star-Lord. I mean, that's a great ban to try to deny that. The strongest Wombo combo, I feel like, in this entire game, right? The Raging Royal Flush in tandem with the Galactic Legend. It's just so valuable in terms of that space that you make, and if anyone is caught in the crossfires, they're just immediately knocked out. But right now, we have to set your sights on AAAd because they are able to secure the Cyclops one-sided, and Snake will be the honors of choosing the first ever Cyclops seen on the Ignite stage.
Here it is, a Ruby Rage ready to engage, and they're gonna have the Elsa at the ready as well. But before we get to open up the account here, it's gonna be a short time between the mission area opening. They have found the Battle Recon Beacon as well, and they will shut down Donald. So, first and foremost is AAAd gaining early control, shutting down the Vanguard lineup entirely, and then some. AAAd storm the gates, guns blazing.
Great look for AAAd. I mean, Rocco, we talked about him for a while before we got into this first map. He has been the star player on AAAd, and he's showing exactly why. Already getting, what, 2-3 eliminations to help AAAd get that first checkpoint, and they're looking to push on further to try to limit the space that Chiefs want to work with, as AAAd still stacking closer and closer to those ultimates. But Rocco on that Elsa Bloodstone, Elsa Bloodstone definitely did take a step back during the group stage, but with that buff coming in here in Season 8.5, Rocco is using it to its full utmost advantage as Tuba uses that Banhammer onto Zykrek to pressure the back line, and Rocco will just keep on frying the rest of the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're cooking up a storm under this one, and leaving no stone unturned here, so going to be able to burn through whatever they please onto this one, and we'll be able to blaze ahead with the flying colors here. We'll see if No Smite and Go can shut down the backline again. They sure can. A bubble out of town. A Banhammer coming down from Donald there, trying the best that they can to deliver, but AAAd just deliver in a bigger way.
I mean, AAAd have so much damage. Rocco is able to utilize the Apex Predator before a single ultimate is available on the side of the Chiefs. And Snake, with that Ruby Rage, is going to influence that, at the very least, this main chokehold that the Chiefs are going to have to try to navigate into Rocco already used his to influence the main lanes with the Apex Predator. Now it's Snake's turn with the Ruby Rage.
Ruby Rage and ready to try and bring it out, and they will! It's time to get angry, and they will shut down Zycric and more! So, Chiefs are not even going to be able to engage over to the mission area. AAAd take complete control in the beginning. Will there be one last second of contention? No! It's AAAd taking control of Krakoa to start things off here, and the cradle is locked in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, AAAd just... It's so hard to pinpoint what went wrong on the Chiefs. It just felt like after that first fight loss, Chiefs just could not catch a break. Every time they tried to go for something, AAAd were just able to quickly beat them to it. And with so much of that range in favor of AAAd, because right now, look at what the Chiefs are running. The best thing they got for range is either Donald on the Vanguard Deadpool, Zycric on the Luna Snow, or Jongvek on the Star-Lord. But you look on AAAD's side, they just have way more range, way more damage, and in the end, it just translates to way more influence in how the map turns out. Snake and Rocco are just doing so much damage to the point where even if the Chiefs want to look for something, they're already too hurt in order to extend that play.
The hurt just keeps on giving Dan, but they're looking to change it up now, matching the Elsa from Reno this time around. Jongvek actually going to be sticking it out on the Star-Lord there. So, goes to show the flexibility of their roster, considering you'd normally see Jongvek playing into the Elsa for the Chiefs roster here. But we'll see who is going to be able to go first on to this one as they look to lock it in for the holidays here. It's time for the Galactic Legend to lock down on the damage. Rocco the first to fall there, and they will be able to stall them out even further. So, good early control being gained by the Chiefs here. They aren't able to get the capture over the mission area yet, though.
Yeah, they only found one elimination thanks to the Galactic Legend. Nosebite's going to try to stall out for a little bit. Heaven's Retribution is going to buy a bit of time. Nosebite does go down. Mondo's going to try to extend this fight with the Kumiho Unleashed, but he gets instantly burned down because Bubble CYA. Duba's going to use the Banhammer to try to extend this fight. Zycric's going to use the Fatal Bofurls in response, and both Lunas will be using that dance floor as Snake tries to escape, but he's going to get lasered down as the Chiefs are looking to fight on back. Reno with the double thanks to the Apex Predator and the Elephant Gun means that the Chiefs now switching over to the Elsa Bloodstone, foregoing the dive style of play, now playing more of that front to back style, means that the Chiefs are just going to be able to, at the very least, make this fight a little bit more competitive, whereas AAAd, they're going to have to make a little bit of adjustments to try to find ways to get a retake going, because right now AAAd, they do have the Luna Snow and the White Fox teamed up together, but with the Chiefs foregoing that dive, maybe they look to find a different strategist line elsewhere.
Oh, but it looks like they're going to be finding the dunk line! Look, Ronald! Back on deck, baby! Shuts down Amandu, and looks to see what more they can do with Rocco, locking it back in on the Zycric there. Oh, they're brought back by the BRB just in time, not able to shut that one down, but Reno will deliver one back in a big way here. The Chiefs gonna be fine as ever here, calming the storm and looking to storm the front. If they can get Tuba, that would be big, but not gonna be able to deliver that KO just yet.
I mean, this is where the Chiefs shine, right? They don't really like going to dive composition so much. A little bit surprised that they went for it back in that first round, but now coming into the second round, whoo! Insane shots coming from Snake, but the Chiefs really love to play that front-to-back style of play. Jong is able to get a second rotation of the Galactic Legend down, but Snake is there in the off angle to try to pepper down any backline member of the Chiefs as AAAd get closer and closer to clamp down onto the Chiefs, because if AAAd are able to find an opportunity to go for something, that Ruby Rage could be absolutely devastating if it's teamed up with something like No Smite on the Angel ultimate, but he's just gonna not use it, and he comes out with a double!
Double trouble, trying to crawl out from this one, but the Chiefs just aren't able to bring it back here. Reno still delivering though. They bring it back, finding three between them. It's Jongvek and Reno going absolutely to town right now for the Chiefs. Just when you think AAAd turn it around, no, the Chiefs come crawling and crawling away with KO for KO. Rocco, the last stand, but no, the Chiefs bring it up and take control on Krakoa.
in the backline of the Chiefs, there were no heals in that final fight. Somehow the Chiefs were able to clutch up huge eliminations coming in from Reno on the Elsa Bloodstone, absolutely frying the rest of AAAd. And how in the world did the Chiefs win out on that? No heals, no problem, it feels like, for the Chiefs. AAAd definitely are a bit stunned because that should have been an easy fight win.
Yeah, I thought that they were able to lock it in then and there, but you know, it plays into what you were saying earlier, Dan. The strength of the duelist lineup on the Chiefs is a sight to behold, and even if the circumstances looked dire there, they stay composed in the face of pressure and were able to tie it back up. One capture point apiece now, and it all goes down to the line. One last capture point to decide our map 1 victor here. Will we see the full Cyclops effect play in true and get a victory? Will the Chiefs be able to lock it back in?
I mean, coming into this fight right now, it's surely going to be an exchange of Fate of Both Worlds. Both of them are going to be online relatively at the same time. Might come down to Mondo if he's able to try to extend this fight even further with the Kumio Unleashed. Duba's going to get very, very aggressive. Huge pick onto Reno. That's a lot of that damage potential on the Chiefs gone. Do the Chiefs want to extend this fight? Yes, they will. Zykrek will commit to Fate of Both Worlds as Mondo is able to try to stabilize the rest of AAAd. Apex Predator going to catch up multiple members of the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are looking to stay tall and stay alive. No Spike gets a good Heaven's Retribution down, but Donald's able to snipe down Snake.
Not down and ready to go to town here. Chiefs have the player advantage for now, and a Heartbreaker if required. Quasi going to be bringing down the dance floor though. CYA coming into play as well. Rito hunting their prey and says not today. Tuba is out of here, and the Chiefs will be able to get even further beyond here. Assassin's Charge coming up though, but it isolates the line of sight. Reno not even going to give a damn though. They go ham on it, fighting Mandu there. Isolating the line of sight around the wall there, stalling it out, and managing to get the control when it counts.
Yep, AAAd are going to have to quickly reset. Mondo switches over from the white box onto the Loki. I like this coming in from AAAd's strategist here because Chiefs, they're not really running that dive style anymore. You don't really need all of that crowd control. Maybe you use the white box, could argue, as like a little bit more of that iframe potential, but the rest of the Chiefs are just brawling it out, and AAAd are just never together to try to combat it.
Yeah, they're just getting disengaged piece by piece here. The Chiefs doing a great job of just destabilizing them.
Beast Note just lasered Scott. That's crazy.
Yeah. You love to see the laser on the laser, huh?
Yeah.
Proves that maybe the stronger laser onto that one.
That EDM light show.
Ooh, yeah, we're having a bit of a light show, bit of a rave here. We got Rocco on the Wolby right now, though. Dan, is this going to be the difference maker?
Oh, it could be. I mean, Beast Note and Donald are going to be the main targets to try to isolate them, but with the Heartbreaker coming in, the freeze is good to keep them at bay. Snake is going to use the Ruby Rage to try to find something, but there's the team up in play. This is the strength of AAAd. You got Rocco on the Wolverine. He has been very, very solid on this hero, and Snake getting access to the Cyclops means that Rocco is able to do whatever he chooses, because right now Rocco, the biggest downside of Wolverine is playing in that open space, but with that team up available, Rocco, that weakness is thrown out completely.
Yeah, thrown out of orbit and ready to storm the front here. Beast Node trying to lock him in place. The strategist in trouble. Regeneration Domain are going down as well, but they're still going to be feeling the pain here. They need to contest when it counts, otherwise they are going to be counted out of this one. Do have the Meteor coming up. Tuba trying to lock it in from afar here. Not going to be able to do it. Donald will block it in place there. They're ready to try and lock it back. Donald in trouble. Snake now starts the counterattack.
Yep, there we go. Donald is thankfully is brought back thanks to the BRB. Portal's going to be invested on AAAd to try to extend this fight a little bit, and AAAd are successful in flipping the mission area over to themselves, but Zykrek finds Rocco, and this might be bad news for AAAd because right now they're down a member. AAAd need to find a way to stall and try to stabilize and wait for Rocco to come back, but the Chiefs want to make some sort of aggressive moves down, but they do draw out the Fate of Both Worlds. That is going to be huge for the Chiefs, as John could go crazy with the Galactic Legend. AAAd need to tuck tail and try to stall.
stall it out the best they can. The Chiefs are bouncing it back, though, almost in control. They've lost 2 members now. AAAd in trouble. They do have a nose smite at the ready, but is it going to be enough here? The timing is going down. The CYA comes up. Reno locks it in, and the Chiefs take control of map number 1. Just when you think the game might go on, no! The carousel's captured, and the Chiefs get the full reverse sweep in domination.
The first round looks so good for AAAd. I mean, the Chiefs tried to utilize a dive style of play, but once they switched over to what they really wanted to do was that front-to-back style, making sure that they enable Jong, enable Reno to just laser down the rest of AAAd. The Chiefs, it just felt like they got the download onto AAAd. They saw what AAAd were doing and they're just like, wait, yeah, we could just do the exact same thing, right? We gave away the Cyclops and the Wolverine team up. But if we're able to just stack together, play to our strengths, and just work together to try to find and pick apart AAAd as they navigate throughout that team fight, meant that the Chiefs really just were like, yeah, we're just going to sandbag for a round, and then as we go deeper and deeper, we're just gonna destroy them, and that's exactly what the Chiefs did.
Yeah, absolutely rip and tear when it counted there, Dan, and they will be trying to destroy them with lasers in the beginning there, AAAd, but when the Chiefs broke free, they managed to break out in a huge way on to that one, and you can see the turnaround all the way in to the second capture point there. This was the big turning point, and it all went down to business into the third, the final capture, as the Chiefs lock it down in the beginning of this series.
I mean, if that doesn't show that the Chiefs really love the brawl style over the dive, I don't know what else does, because when they tried to run the dive, they just did not look good. I mean, AAAd were able to get that early advantage, and Chiefs still trying to stick to dive with limited map space meant that the Chiefs were just digging their own grave, at least in that first round. And going into the second, Chiefs did a great job in identifying, hey, this dive isn't working. We're just getting absolutely destroyed. We should go back to what we really like to do, and that was, you know, put the Vanguards in the front, put the Duelists in the middle, and then the Strategists in the back, you know, front to back. And that's exactly what the Chiefs wanted to go for, and they executed it perfectly. AAAd, they have been doing a bit of that, right? They went a little bit of dive, they went a little bit of brawl as well, but the Chiefs stuck to one style and, quite frankly, just completely diffed AAAd.
Absolutely fantastic adaptability coming through from them, and there's there, but we're going to see a more showcased on the other side of this break, everybody. Map 2 right after this. You do not want to miss it. We'll be back very soon.
Lights out. Get in here, y'all. Us against the world.
Well, where to begin? First of all, I gotta say, the bans and picks, I was reading chat, I saw what all my colleagues were saying. I gotta say, Chiefs, they didn't do a good job with it.
Yeah, it looked rough for them in the ban draft, giving away the one-sided Cyclops and the Wolverine and the Gambit as well. It was just like, it was hard to see what the Chiefs really wanted to go for, and it really seemed like that in the first round, right? They wanted to go dive, and then it was just like, yeah, it was hard to say like what the Chiefs wanted to go for. Thankfully, in the second and third rounds, they were able to clean things up and were just able to just completely diff AAAd with Reno onto the Elsa. Because if it weren't for Reno coming up huge in that second round, there was a world where AAAd could have just ran away with map number 1.
CB said it in the green room. Reno's just kind of him. And I like how I'm completely inclined to agree. You know, Matsy, I was so ready to have a bit coming back here, just staring at you, saying, well, what's going on, man? But I don't need to now, because if Chiefs can continue to play like this, they're on track for that 3-0.
Confidence is key. And I think right now they're fired up, you know? But
Dan?
That's lower
I
Manhattan.
like what I'm seeing
Yes,
here,
it is, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Chiefs like to go for when they played against Shenji.
Okay.
When they lost out on some maps, they were just like, yeah, screw it. We're going to pick lower Manhattan. And fun fact, the Chiefs are the first team to pick lower Manhattan ever in Ignite. So this might just, I mean, this is what AAAd chose. Does it bite them back here? Because Chiefs have a lot of experience playing lower Manhattan at the highest level.
But why? Why would it AAAd go here?
It's hard to say. I mean, AAAd, I can see it right now. They do seem to choose the defensive side first. And if you know anything about Lower Manhattan, that first checkpoint allows a lot of that bunker style of play, especially when you're on the defensive side. Like Penny Parker becomes a little bit more valuable if you're able to get a good hold inside the indoor area right before that first checkpoint, because that outside area is not really offensive sided. Like the defense could easily just take over that area as well, because when you're on the attacking side there, that outside area doesn't have much cover to work with.
I mean, talk to me about this, Coach Matsy. Why would AAAD want to go for a map like this? Is it just because of cross-region differences? Is it maybe AAAD not aware that Chiefs have played this against Gen G? What's going on?
I think this is a confidence pick for them, and
Okay.
it's pretty difficult to take like some of the areas of the map on this one in particular, right? I think Lower Manhattan is one of the more hard maps to try and claw for control on, and I think they're gaming on that to try and really play into like your spawn hold type thing there, you know, especially playing into that first mission area. It's hard to get through, especially against Vesta teams, you know. I think that it's going to be a struggle for them, and maybe that's what they're trying to play on. They're trying to see if they can disengage them, stop them from building up that momentum, you know, pull the handbrake on the train before it inflicts even more pain.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Trains can do a lot of damage. But to tie this back all around, boys, to tie this all back around, we talked about how Chiefs did not do a good job in their bans. They left a lot of things open. They telegraphed that they wanted to go for a dive style. Do we think that Chiefs are going to make the same mistake going into this next matchup?
They should clean it up, but I have a feeling that it might not matter if the Chiefs are this locked in. I mean, we saw that the Chiefs completely binned their ban draft, but in the end, it didn't matter because Reno is him. And he was like, you saw in that fight in that first map as well, Chiefs had no heals, and they still win a fight 4v6, it felt like. If that doesn't show that the Chiefs have the X factor over AAAd, I don't know what will, because like the Chiefs, you could screw up bad draft all you want, but if the Chiefs are locked in, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. All right. Let's assume that Reno can't clutch it up this time. He plays like a normal human being.
Then you look at the ban draft and be
what are we going to correct? What are Chiefs going to correct here?
I mean, first of all, figure out what you want to go for, because it felt like they were like teetering between maybe we go brawl, maybe we go dive, maybe we go more anti-dive to try to counter what AAAd wanted to go. It just felt all over the place, right? They didn't ban for their identity. It just looked like, hey, we're gonna ban a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We see that they have Gambit, so we're probably gonna ban a little bit of those things that help enable the Gambit, right? Like Rogue, Star Lord, stuff like that. They just need to stick to one thing and just make it so that when they do load into the game and they load into their composition, there is going to be very little resistance.
We are moments away into going to game number 2. Matsy, are we still feeling confident in that 3-0?
Yes, I am fully confident.
Damn right we are.
Not even breaking a sweat. I'm full send on this outcome, Keg. There's no other way.
It is exactly 100 American degrees in my room. I am sweating all over the place, but not for the Chiefs. They are looking good. They are looking confident. The onus now is on AAAd. They're the ones that are going to have to get an exemplary ban draft once again. Even though they had that in game 1 and still lost it out, they've got to run it back again.
We'll see how the adjustments have been made here in the second map here. It's going to be Lower Manhattan, the Chiefs on the attacking side, AAAd on the defensive. So the Chiefs, how do they clean up their ban draft? Are they able to figure out their team identity? Has something changed here? We'll see once we load in a few short moments.
That's right. We're moments away again. We get that fancy graphic too, man.
Yeah.
They showed it to us like an hour before the stream started. We were all
we were sitting there in awe. We were just like,
dude,
yo.
it looks so good. Fun fact, because I know everyone wants to hear fun facts from me. The green in the background, that's my favorite color. Dance background too. Actually, you did that on purpose, didn't you?
I mean, I got a light over here that's doing that.
You matched
Pacific
it on
lights.
purpose.
Yeah. I have to like do a little bit of, a little bit of that finagling to make sure it's like the right.
I gotta make this green.
I
gotta make this green.
Oh yeah, you should.
Sure.
I have a green curtain too, man.
Yeah, just why not? Just just take that.
I'm
down,
lazy.
Hey, at least we're loading into the match very, very soon. Chiefs are up 1 map over AAAd here in a best of 5. So AAAd still have a little bit of room to work with, right? They're not completely backs against the wall. They're getting there, but not quite there yet. But right now, all eyes are going to be on this ban draft coming in here. What's going to be the first ban for both sides? Is it Gambit? Is it Mantis? Is it going to be something else? It's going to be AAAd taking away the Gambit and the Chiefs taking away Mantis.
Ooh, that they will, Mr. Dan. So a good start on both sides, prioritizing the strategists there. Looks like the Chiefs are looking to lock it down the Rocket as their first protect here. So definitely having full focus over playing around the BRB there again. Gonna have Mantis disengaged on both sides though, so it looks like this does leave opening for Gambit for AAAd if they want to play into that again here. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw Rogue banned out later from the Chiefs as well, if they do head in that direction.
Yep, there's the one side of the Gambit being secured by AAAd, as now the ball is in the Chiefs' court. What do they want to go for? They know that the Gambit is available for AAAd one-sided, so Chiefs... surely it's going to be a Star Lord ban. Surely it's going to be a Rogue ban. It's going to be the latter. So no Rogue Gambit team up. Because not only is it a lot of damage, it's also a lot of that healing as well. And providing all that sustain for AAAd. And Chiefs will be able to take it away. As well as that Rocket Raccoon that will be secured one-sided for the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're going to be really happy with that because, as you said before, you have your pseudo Rage Royal Flush there with the CYA, so definitely keen to play into that factor. I like how we do see the Protect onto the Groot here for AAAd, though. I think that the Strangling Prison is going to be a big factor. I mean, we saw that into the first series, right? Seeing even airborne Strangling Prisons. So we could see some more insanity just like that into this series here as well.
And, I mean, the Chiefs are doing a great job at taking away the resources that AAAd want to go for if they want to enable the Gambit. It does seem like the Chiefs are completely okay with giving away the Cyclops. And it seems like both sides are looking to aim in that sort of realm. Usually in that middle part of the band draft is where the Cyclops is being targeted, but with that Cyclops being completely out of the picture, both sides will get access to that Cyclops pick, and the Chiefs are able to secure Loki one-sided to boot, while... No, it's going to be AAAd securing the Loki one-sided, and then the Chiefs are able to secure the group one-sided. So lots of one-sided picks all around. It's just a matter of execution now.
Yeah, curious how it's all going to work out here, whether the Chiefs play into the Loki long term, but no, it looks like we will see Reno bringing out the Wolverine. Definitely one of the staple jewelers they're known for there, but they're going to be disengaged immediately. So, great shots coming out from a Snake to kick off here. Reno going to be back with the BRB though, so they're not too worried. The Chiefs are already looking to take the fight straight to them there. I like how they use that portal early.
Yep, and both sides are utilizing the Cyclops and the Wolverine team up. Snake is still untouched, unbothered. He's just free-dealing in the back line and is able to laser down Donald, looking to laser another member of the Chiefs. As the Chiefs, look at their health bars. They're just so damn low, and the Chiefs aren't able to recover.
Yeah, it's going to be a full sweeper coming out from a Snake there. So, just absolutely pelting them down with the lasers onto this one. And already getting dangerously close to that Ruby Rage here. The more they charge up, the scarier it gets for the Chiefs onto this one. And I like how they're utilizing the shielding there from the Invis as well, so they can kind of play a bit more confidently.
Yeah, and look at the ultimate economy as well. AAAd are definitely in the driver's seat here. Snake and Mandu could easily team up together. Snake with the Ruby Rage could just easily secure, or at least control the main choke area here, the main entrance of this entire building, as the Chiefs are still navigating closer and closer. Bubble is looking to get an aggressive CYA down, but the Chiefs need to be in position for this.
And they will.
Oh, it's already gone.
There, CYA down. Ruby Rage in response. John Beck goes down immediately, but they're back in the fight. Strangling Prism coming out to try and lock them in place here. Will be able to clear the space onto this one. They do find at least a trade on a No Smite, but they're already being forced all the way back to spawn here. The Chiefs in so deep in trouble. They can't adapt around this, and they are going to be hitting the hard reset here. At least one bit of reprieve for themselves is that they are building up to a ton of ults onto this one. They've only got really 2 to 3 available in the meanwhile for AAAd here, so the Chiefs might be able to break through momentarily.
Yeah, but AAAd have ways to respond, right? Scion Seduction is going to be used in response to the Chiefs' Freedom Charge, I'm sure, because Beast Node is going to try to, at the very least, find a way to safely let the Chiefs enter into this building. And with the scan coming in there as well, both sides know which ultimates are available, and AAAd are going to have to try to stay alive. Great discipline coming from Closet to get a very, very late cast of the Fate of Both Worlds while keeping the rest of AAAd alive, and Snake is just able to take advantage of that.
Oh, and Snake is trying to shut down the opposing Cyclops right now as well. I'm not going to be able to lock it in yet. Last stand comes out from Rocco though, and we'll be able to disengage Zycric here, but the Chiefs come back, double down onto it, and look to go to town. They finally got one tick over the mission area here, and are looking to further their pursuit as well. Resolve is unchanging here as they get closer and closer to potentially locking in. CYA going to be put in play here. They will be able to shut them down piece by piece, and now the Chiefs restore peace to their lineup, and will be able to lock in a staggered KO onto Quasid. Poor Quasid, man.
Yeah,
just stuck in the corner.
bro just can't catch a break. I mean, the AAAd, the hold looks solid, but then the Chiefs finally found a way to break through. It took them a bit of time, and they only have about around 2 minutes 40 seconds to get themselves to that second checkpoint. But so far, look at the control coming in from the Chiefs, making sure that they're covering all of those different angles, especially that upper area right now, because that's going to be a highly contested point here in this second checkpoint here in Lower Manhattan. Beast Node is already getting backline access, but with Mandu utilizing that invisible boundary aggressively, the Chiefs just have no response.
No response whatsoever, so they will have to just concede for the moment and see if they can look to run it back in a second here. Gonna have to charge up a little bit more as well. They do have Reno playing onto the Daredevil now, so definitely can find a bit of value out of that one. But whether he is going to be able to match up to AAAd is going to be another thing entirely. You can see that Donald's trying to charge up as well now, and they will be able to get the scoop up onto the KO there. Nicely done from Tuba and Co as they start the show rolling and continue to stroll ahead here. Not going to be able to isolate out Donald there, but might not even matter. The damage just too grand onto this one, and they are sending them far, far away.
Ooh, this is good. This is good for AAAd. Buying enough time for Quasi to get his Fate of Both Worlds online so that when the Chiefs look for those aggressive moves, they will have something defensive to rely on as Quasi gets closer and closer to that Fate of Both Worlds. AAAd, however, they do have aggressive options as well. With the Strangling Prison coming in from Nosebite, we'll see if it comes up huge, and it doesn't catch any members here as the Chiefs are able to disengage from that quite perfectly as Tuba will still have the Silent Seduction, could use it in response to Donald, but Donald is allowing the Chiefs to create some of that space here.
Yeah, doing a great job to hold on to this one. We'll be able to shut down a Nosebite as well, and Reno looking to further it. It's going to be the last stand coming out from Rocco. Dance Floor coming through with the Sonic Seduction. CYA is up though. They might just be able to burn through. Ruby Rage now engaging. No one going down though. So far so good here. Do see the Freedom Charge coming up in response with a Boundary. Beast Note in trouble. Glatrox coming out now. And will be looking to collect whatever they please, but they're not going to be able to collect anything except a Rocco. Nice KO from Zycreek there. This could be the start of something new here as they do what they can to break through it, but AAAd are maintaining stance over the high ground.
Oh, this is looking rough. It's going to be pure neutral until Snake gets to Ruby Rage, and Zycreek is for sure going to use the Invisible Boundary in response to the Cyclops ultimate on the side of AAAd. We'll see when that decides to be used. 1-for-1 trade overall. Zycreek's going to use the Invisible Boundary to try to keep the members of the Chiefs sustained, and AAAd, no defensive option means that they're just going to crumble here.
Yeah, crumble and fumble. We'll see if they can stumble forward as the OT time primes up. Jongvek going to be priming down, sending a Snake out of town now. So going to be their primary powerhouse shut out of play here. Rocco not lucky either. Jongvek just sniping them down from afar here, trying to lock it in on the strategists as well. See if they can get that line of sight here, and they will deliver. The bottle came through, but it just isn't enough. The Chiefs are collecting these KOs one after another. Nice fade away from Jongvek as well, and they will lock it down when it mattered. So OT timer runs its course. The Chiefs set sail through the final stretch.
All right, it's going to be very difficult for the Chiefs to secure this third checkpoint with only a minute and a half added to the time bank. AAAd just have to build up those ultimates and then just unload them in one single fight. Try to make it long enough so that the timer is going to be concerningly low for the Chiefs to make any more advances forward. But how well does AAAd stall? How well, or at least how long can they wait until their ultimates are online? Because the Chiefs need to make their aggressive move now.
Yeah, they need to go first and burst into it. It's going to be Ruby Rage. Oh, Mandu, first one to fall there. Now looking to isolate the Phoenix. They will deliver. The Chiefs now in the driver's seat, getting KO for KO onto this one as they run it around the corner. No! Snake getting disengaged as well. This is worst case scenario, Dad.
AAAd need to rely on this Silent Seduction if they want to entry their way into the site. They have defensive options, but it's going to be all eyes onto Nosebite to get a huge Strangling Prison. Snake is going to open things up here with a pick onto Reno, but with the BRB being burned out, it's still going to be a 6 versus 6.
All hands on deck here. Gonna be Common Crush now entering a rush. Beast Note the first to go. Strangling Prison online. This is exactly what AAAd needed. Hitting it off with an absolute bang over the mission area. OT timer running its course. Beast Note rushing their way forward. But it's just not enough. At the final hurdle, AAAd will lock in and send them away into the next half.
Huge pick coming in from AAAd, the likes of Snake, to try to shut down Reno. And with that man advantage, AAAd were able to get their ultimates online. They thankfully had a lot of aggressive options, and Nosebite comes up huge with the Strangling Prison, is able to wipe out the backline of the Chiefs, and then are able to, at the very least, deny overtime here in Lower Manhattan. the Chiefs do push very far, but it's definitely doable on the side of AAAd when they do go for this push. It's just a matter of what kind of composition do they want to utilize. Do the Chiefs want to go a more bunker style of play, or do they want to go a little bit more aggressive in terms of their defense? But it looks to be postured towards that bunker.
I'm seeing some changes, Mr. Dan. It's Adam. The first time here tonight, Adam is online. And we got that dino coming through as well. Donald going to be bringing out the penny here. So I think they're definitely looking to play into that hold style composition there, especially playing into these heroes in particular, trying to stall out as long as they can, as similar to what AAAd delivered before. But AAAd have a lot of pieces to break through this, don't they?
Yep, but it's just a matter of how they can navigate the space. It's going to be very hard to break through, especially with the amount of options that the Chiefs have. And right now, the portal is a great option to try to disrupt the bunker style, because look at everyone on the Chiefs. They know the portal is coming. Donald has to reposition the nest elsewhere, and AAAd looking to control that high ground area here. And where do they go from here? Do they navigate towards the back area, or do they try to push forward into the mission area?
Oh, it's going to be the big tester for them, isn't it? To see if they go high or low around the side. Oh, slide past, but it's going to be Snake again, taking aim and claiming the opening KO in their favor there on the beast node. And going to see if they can run it around the back as well. John Vac in a bit of trouble there. Focus in their side. Snake knows exactly where their priorities lie here. Rocco also going to be able to dismantle the defenses piece by piece onto this one. And in very quick succession, the Chiefs now going to be forced off the line. They will get back just when the time mattered, and they will be able to force the issue. But no, AAAd, they don't play around, Dan. They claim the mission area.
How do you beat a Adam Warlock Loki composition? You play as fast as possible, and that's exactly what AAAd did. Use the portal aggressively, try to get that high ground advantage so that you don't have to worry about any sort of bunker that you have to worry about getting closer and closer to that entrance. And AAAd just executed it perfectly. Play fast, deny ult charge from the Adam Warlock so that even if AAAd go for any sort of engagements, the Chiefs just won't have any sort of ways to extend it. And AAAd, knowing that, are able to aggressively make moves, aggressively find picks, and Snake does that even more.
Yeah, they're just finding those clean lines of sight there, absolutely destroying the strategist lineup, and then this forces the Chiefs' hand time and time again. You know, you take down some of those critical pieces, and then the path just becomes that much more clearer. So, AAAd are able to clear the space in quick succession all over again and force the Chiefs to play so far from it all.
Yeah, and look at the amount of space AAAd are able to utilize, right? They get control of that high ground area in the middle of this area between the first and second checkpoint, and the Chiefs are just going to have to make really awkward rotations. They're still bunkered down in these small rooms, but Rocco is doing a great job at isolating the Vanguards. Nosebite helping out as well, and the Last Stand even going to extend it. Oh my god, what is that?
It's just Leap City, baby! And now it's time for the Strangling Prison to come out. Double down, going to town for Nosebite here into the Triple Ripple. And they will find a plentiful amounts of success here on the edge of potentially getting the next capture point, and Snake is not allowing them to get any closer at all. They will stall it out in the end though, the boundary coming up. They can potentially move that into the Freedom Charge as well if the need arises. They do have the Psionic Seduction, trying to clear a bit of space here. They play it to the back, it will be Glartrox on lock here. Dance Floor coming out as well, so AAAd trying to respond to this one accordingly. They're so close right now, but the Chiefs just continue to pelt up whatever they can. Ruby Rage gonna force their hand again, but no KOs have been collected from it. They're just on the edge of this one, Dan.
Oh, AAAd do have an invisible boundary coming up. This might be the second checkpoint secure for AAAd. Chiefs have absolutely nothing to respond to this. So AAAd just have to find those eliminations quickly while they have that advantage in terms of that healing per second, and they do just that. Will able to break through into the second checkpoint with 4 minutes on the clock. And the Chiefs really need to find a way to stall and build up that ultimate economy because time is running out, and it's running out fast.
Fast as lightning. The time is not on their side here, but you know what is on their side? A fastball special. The Hulk is out, baby. The Chiefs are changing it up, and we're going to see if they can scoop up a KOs for days here. Maybe trying to throw Reno into the back line to collect Snake. Could be the answer here. We'll see what happens, though. So we jump into an X-Bite territory here. They're already isolating lines of sight on Donald there, using the walls to their advantage, but looks like the CYA is going to come up, and the Chiefs are going to try and bounce right back into it. Beast Node already in a bit of trouble here, down to puny banner form. Doesn't even matter. Their whole team is going to be able to wipe them up when it counts. Rocco in trouble. Will be able to get away for the time being. Reno almost overcooking there, but the Chiefs now cause a hasty retreat.
Yep, and AAAd are just going to quickly reset. They have ultimates. They're going to have 6 ultimates very, very soon. The Chiefs will be in a similar boat, but with all these ultimates available, there's a world that this could be an ult dump, but it's going to be up to how these teams want to navigate this fight. You don't really want to use all of your ultimates in this single fight because you have so much time to work with. If the Chiefs go for aggressive moves, they're going to be in the back foot, like Donald here with the Silent Seduction. Great block as well to deny the Strangling Prison from No Smite, and AAAd are going to have to try to match Zyker's ultimate here. Wait a minute. Oh my.
Dan on Demander. Incredible turn of events here, Dan, and they will be able to take advantage in a huge way there. The Ruby Rage enabling them so well here. They're trying to lock out Snake for the fight as well, and it will work out to absolute perfection. So, just when you think AAAd are back online, no, the Chiefs send them back to the drawing board.
Alright, how does AAAd adjust their composition if they really do want to? They still really want to stick to that front-to-back style of play. Rocco staying onto the Wolverine to try to take advantage of that Cyclops and the Wolverine team-up. But right now, the Chiefs, with this Hulk pick, is doing wonders right now. Beast Node even has access to the Hulk ultimate, so if he does get taken down low, he's just able to get the health reset with his ultimate and make it that much more difficult for AAAd to break through.
Yeah, they're playing so quick around the fastball special as well. It's just like absolute lightning throws onto Reno there, and they're trying to disengage any one of their KO enabling heroes. So, going to be a very difficult time ahead for AAAd to adapt to this, and they don't have much time to do just that, but they are charging up to a critical moment and could look to lock something down here. Rocco in a bit of trouble though. He's locked back in. Psionic Seduction going to go first onto this one, and it's not going to be matched. Donald going to get cancelled out there. Brought back with a BRB.
Oh, wow.
CYA going to be up to try and play around it, but AAAd not playing around. Ruby Rage going to be engaged as well here. Not going to be able to do much with it though. The boundary forced out into the dance floor there. They have to be careful though. That's Strangling Prison. They have lost Rocco though, so this could be a big problem. Hulk Smash also coming out here right now, Dan, and it's another boundary. Reno down, Strangling Prison in town,
Oh!
and everybody goes down. AAAd lock it in when it counts, Dan. We could see one final stall here, one final fight, but No Smite and Co do not want to let them out the gate.
Does Reno get the clutch he needs? Last stand is gonna be all it comes down to if he's able to get it down in time. Snake, oh my god, you gotta be careful, my friend. As Donald is also very close to that Silent Seduction, but it's gonna be all eyes on Reno. Look how close the convoy is getting to that point, because AAAd are so close to securing map number 2.
Oh! Reno locks it down on Demander and No Smite. The Psionic Seduction comes down. Quantum gets the clap, but no. Beast Node taps in. The freeze comes through. They're trying to lock it down here. It's a collecting. Good
Oh
night.
my
Reno
god!
gets a delivery off the map. Oh my goodness. Snake goes down. The Chiefs bring it all the way back, and we'll be able to win it out on map number 2. Oh my god.
Reno. Oh my god. We talked about it before this series. The amount of clutch potential this team has is through the roof. And they show us exactly that. Reno coming up insanely huge in that final fight. Gets 2 with the last stand, and then gets a 3rd sent into the abyss. And what else can you ask for? All of the Chiefs are just so dialed in and AAAd. Like, you saw how well they played together as a team, getting that wombo combo with the Strangling Prison into the Ruby Rage. That was their ticket to getting a win, but then the Chiefs clutched. Reno is him. Well, like, how do you go against that? Like, I am in shock right now. This is 2 maps in a row that the Chiefs clutched. 2.
This is insanity. We are witnessing absolute heat in real time, my man. I cannot believe they get it done like that. You highlighted the criticalness of the last stand there. They made it come out in a big way, and then they put the cherry on top with the special delivery into the environmental KO. It's just absolute peak. Absolute cinema.
No, this was like the spray in the game. Absolute game. That was one hell of a game coming in from the Chiefs. And you could imagine how it feels in the AAAd camp right now. They are stunned because they thought they had that win in the bag, right? With the Ruby Rage finding 2, and then Nosemight finding a 3rd with the Strangling Prison. There was a world where AAAd could have just followed through and won that fight straight up, but Chiefs just clutched time and time again. Like how many times do we have to talk about the Chiefs being able to clutch, right? Like, AAAd, they've done everything right. And then the Chiefs are just like, yeah, it don't matter. Goodbye. Last stand. And then we send one more into the abyss. Goodbye. You're going to be backs against the wall here now.
Yeah, access denied. See you later. My goodness, Dad, it has been absolutely insane to see how they turn things around, but there's a chance of redemption into map 3. We're going to be loading right up into that on the other side of this break, everybody. You do not want to miss the great potential conclusion to this series right on the other side of this. We'll see you soon.
Lights out. Get in here, y'all. Us against the world.
Welcome back to the cinema region, everybody. Oh my god. What could you possibly expect happening from here? Guess what? This is the only the second series of the day. The second series of the tournament, even. It's the second series of Ignite playoffs for Stage 1, period. We are in for an absolute Omega level banger of a time. My name is Keg, and I'm joined by Dan, and I'm joined by Matsy once again. Each time, I am so ready to count Chiefs out, Matsy, and be like, well, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get a 3-0. And then here we are again. The Chiefs clutch it up. How do they do it?
Never stop believing. Always had faith there,
Yep.
Keg, you know.
It's because we have you on the desk.
The deed's not done yet, all right, but
Okay,
it's looking good so far. But no, I think that, again, the thing that's playing into effect here is just their adaptability. You know, when something's not working, they try something different. They changed into a Hulk. You saw a complete change in momentum from there. They were able to go that bit faster with the fastball special there and just disengage some of their KO enabling heroes there. You know, they managed to go band for band with the opposing Wolverine there. They managed to shut down Snake on the Cyclops as well a little bit. So it was great to see that they were trying to match or even exceed those Mach 5 speeds.
Yeah, I think the adaptability has been really strong, right? But talk to me about the wolf clops we started seeing on both sides, because that really threw me in for a loop.
I mean, we talked about how strong that team up is. I mean, I've talked to a few other pros as well. They know how strong it is, and you saw it, right? Both teams really trying to make it work, because when you have that team up available, the one weakness Wolverine has is playing in those open areas, and with that team up, that literally fixes that weakness. Like, now it's just Wolverine is enabled to his full potential, and we literally saw that in Lower Manhattan. Both Wolverines getting so much value with this team up, because the amount of flight and the amount of airtime you get with that team up is absolutely insane.
Well, no, hold on, because a lot of people here might not be Wolverine players, right? Can you explain what the team up exactly does to benefit Wolf?
So, when you enable the team up when you're on the Wolverine, because Cyclops is the anchor, so all he does get is stat buffs. When you enable the ability, right, you get a little bit of that attack range, but the big thing is your right click, right? It becomes that spinning top, right? The Beyblade that most people like to call it. And you can just spin as far as you want, but the thing is, you can go up. You can fly with it.
Okay.
And if you're able to fly in open space, that gives Wolverine a lot of mobility, a lot of freedom to go wherever he pleases.
I'm happy I asked you that, my friend, because we are going to a map with a lot of open space. AAAd has taken Chiefs to the Pacific Domain. We are going to Museum of Contemplation.
Not again. Not again.
Number 81.
Not again. We just escaped. No! Oh, we're back. We're so back. But you know what? This is going to be the perfect map to play out for both of these teams here. You know, they've had a lot of rounds on it. You know, a lot of experience playing into the museum here. We could have the wackiest compositions known to man, or it could be a much stock standard. So I'm really curious how both of these teams are looking to approach this one in particular.
Yeah, I think if we see Wolf Clops come through again for this matchup, it'll be devastating for both teams. Cyclops gets so much ricochet value out of Museum of Contemplation, but I mean, surely you don't allow that to happen again, right?
I mean, at least in this series right now, I think both teams have been okay with letting the Cyclops through, because when they went through those band drafts, it just felt like there were other picks that were way more stronger, way more influential in the game. It just feels like AAAd and the Chiefs are just like, yeah, we'll just ban out like things like the Mantis, things like the Gambit, and we'll just let the Cyclops and the Wolverine through, because that's okay, right? Both teams are going to have access to it, and they're just going to... At that point, it's just a skill matchup, right? Who can use the team up better than the other? And right now, it just seems like the Chiefs and AAA are just like, yeah, there's just too many good things to ban out, so we're just going to focus on those and not really put a little more emphasis on the Cyclops.
Yeah. We are moments away from going to our picks and bans of our possibly final, I can't say that quite just yet, matchup between our first cross-international competition of Ignite 2026. AAAd over from Asia, and of course we have Chiefs from the OCE region duking it out here, and we get to see whether or not this will be a 3-0 from the Chiefs, or AAAd can finally bring it back. Dan, How are we feeling about AAAd? Can they make that comeback? Can they make a reverse sweep?
AAAd just need to find that X factor. They are able to execute their composition. They are able to make plays on their own, like getting that teamwork down, right? Getting combos of their ultimates and finding eliminations that way. But Chiefs are just clutching every single time. AAAd need to find a way to put a stop to that. And if they're able to do that, AAAd should have a way of getting at least some sort of reverse sweep going. But here is where it all begins. Here in the ban draft, as both teams, will they make adjustments, or are we just gonna let it ride, do the exact same thing from map number 2?
Let it ride, let it in as we jump into the draft right now, everybody. The moment you've all been waiting for, the return to the museum, and the draft will start exactly the same. It's going to be Gambit Take It Away and the Mantis. So, first protect from the Chiefs before has been priority over the Rocket, and it's going to be one and the same all over again.
Yep, and we saw a lot of that emphasis back when we covered Stage 1 group stage over in the OCE region. It felt like OCE figured out how strong Rocket was very, very early, way before any other region saw it, right? Both the Americas and EMEA took a little bit of time to figure out how strong the Rocket Raccoon was to, at the very least, warrant either a ban or try to find a way to make it one-sided. And the Chiefs are definitely showing that OCE magic, right? Prioritizing that first save onto the Rocket Raccoon, and then eventually going to maybe make it one-sided for themselves. But for now, they're just going to invest a little bit of those resources to make sure that this Gambit save isn't going to be too much out of control if it does end up being used.
Yeah, they've at least got that locked down here, but you know what else is locked down? It's going to be, again, Cyclops banned out here, but this time the Chiefs are going to be the ones not having access to it. So Rocket will be taken away from a AAAd here, so they can't match the BRBs there, CYAs, but they will have access to the Groot. So AAAd are going to be very happy to bring that one onto Museum. They can use that to control a lot of the space here. You know, we've seen a lot of potential from that, especially in Lower Manhattan, but Loki is going to be banned out as well now.
Yep, gonna deny the double Raging Royal Flush. That's gonna cause a lot of issues if that does end up getting pulled through. So far, I mean, the Chiefs are doing a great job at keeping this Gambit save at bay. I mean, we saw it time and time again, right? AAAd, they get the save onto the Gambit, but they just can't use it because of the lack of resources that are available to them. And the Chiefs definitely look a lot better when it comes to this ban draft, it feels like, because the Wolverine save definitely is going to help them out in the long term in terms of trying to shred down the Vanguards on the side of AAAd. And when AAAd are going to commit their final ban onto the group, making this group one-sided once again, and now coming into this map, AAAd will have access to the Cyclops Wolverine team-up, whereas the Chiefs will not.
Yeah, and this really could be a bit of a difference maker here, but it looks like early in the piece here, Reno and Beast Node are going to be playing in to the fastball again, but No Smite goes first onto this one and will burst ahead. Jong Beck going to be brought back, puny banner former for Beast Node, and they fall down with it. So, a grand start from AAAd in the beginning, but they have a caught No Smite now. This could be the opening the Chiefs were looking for here. They already look to go back into it. Beast Node back on track as well now. Can play into the fastball again if needed, but they are doing a great job of just clearing out this initial corner here.
Yeah, Vanguard for Vanguard. Chiefs are now 6 members strong, but not for now, as Reno does get clapped down by Closet. So that gives AAAd a little bit more time to stabilize and group up together as 6. Chiefs, their spawn room is closer when you do it when you put it in comparison to AAAd. So now both sides are going to be 6 versus 6 once again as we get closer and closer to some of these ultimates. And I'm looking at Bubble right now with the CYA because his ultimate is up way before anything else. Bandu needs to come up huge with this invisible boundary.
They will match it straddle for straddle here, and we'll be able to shut down the CYA there and look to do more momentarily here. But for the moment, everybody, just going to be looking to have a hold in the time stream and go back to AAAd. Welcome back, everybody. It's the casting desk.
Ah, yes. We'll back up here before we go back into the game. We did experience a little bit of a pause, but we'll be back into the game in a few short moments as Mandu was just able to just barely get that invisible boundary down. The Chiefs had a little bit of an opportunity to try to find eliminations with the 40% damage amplification coming in from the CYA, but AAAd are just able to, at the very least, just neutralize that rocket ultimate that the Chiefs were trying to use aggressively. I mean, we talked about it, right? How many teams like to use the rocket ultimate very aggressively. It's like a baby version of that Gambit ultimate that we've been talking about as well. And the Chiefs tried to use it, but AAAd thankfully were able to get their safety net just in time.
Yeah, they're able to get there when it mattered there, and it's going to be good that they're able to adapt around it. I think that, you know, there's advantages to both forms of the ultimates, right? Where with the Rage and Royal Flush, if you do have your Gambit go down, then the ult goes down with him. But with the CYA, even if Rocket goes down, it stays in play there. So, you know, pros and cons, I suppose. But also, having the stationary target on the CYA is another factor.
And then one thing that we're mentioning, right? Phoenix isn't really present right now. Both sides do have access to it. AAAd, because they really want to utilize the Cyclops and the Wolverine together, means that they can't really make much room for the Phoenix. So I feel like the Chiefs are making a kind of a big brain move by letting the Cyclops through, because these teams know how strong this Cyclops is, and there you go, just like that, two just get eviscerated from this entire map. Donald is able to get himself prepared thanks to the BRB, but still, AAAd are in the driver's seat, but because that they literally can't run the Phoenix because it just doesn't fit here, the Chiefs are able to get away with several one-sided and uncontested rocket ultimates.
Yeah, and might be getting more where that came from. Again, Snake looking to play the angles here. Will fall out of the fight, but they're going to get caught in the seduction raid there. Luckily, will fall out of play. That could have been uncomfortable very quickly, but for now, it's the Strangling Prison. Immediate effect there from a AAAd. They will be able to take down Jong Vek. At least the rest of the Chiefs do manage to clear out when it mattered. Now building up to more ults in their favor. Hulk Smash online are trying their best to charge up to the last stand as well. They got the CYA in play here, and Reno will be able to scoop up Tuba, so it's a great start, and now can look to further themselves as well. But for now, they're just going for further progression over the mission vehicle here, doing the best they can in the back line, and it could be Rocco time as they get their own scoop up KO.
Oh, wait, but the Apex Predator comes in clutch as well, CCing up members of AAAd. Last stand going to be invested. That Zyker going to be taken out of this fight, and AAAd are able to stabilize thanks to a little bit of those ultimate exchanges, but the Chiefs are looking to adjust their composition a little bit, going away from the Elsa Bloodstone, going towards the Phoenix now, so AAAd just need to be a little bit more careful when they're fighting in these mid to long range fights.
Yeah, they need to exercise the utmost caution here. And speaking of caution, Ruby Rage is online right now, and Donald going down to follow. So, going to be a great starter from AAAd, forcing out the BRB activation there, and maybe more. John Beck in a bit of trouble. First to fall there. This is not good for the Chiefs right now. They need to find that comeback factor, and quick smart. Snake again, just farming freely around the lines of sight here. The Chiefs don't have the time to muck around on this one, and they could just be left behind unless they can activate now. CYA into the last stand. It's time to make a stand of their own here. Sonic Seduction pulling them out of play here. Something needs to turn around. Something needs to change as they engage into this.
Yeah, ultimates being exchanged left and right. Duba still holding on to that Sonic Seduction. It felt like he's been holding on to it the entire game. He just never found an opportunity to do so. Chiefs are able to break through, find 2 picks. And the AAAd, do they have time to go for some sort of portal play? Not entirely sure. No, somebody's going to switch over, but with the convoy moving closer and closer to that first checkpoint, it's going to be a very, very small window.
Ooh, they will be able to get a contest for a second, but not long enough to lock the Chiefs out, so they will be able to force the issue there, getting some KOs into their favor, and now claiming a bit of space of their own. See if they can capture a little bit more than that, though. Is already going for a bit of that scoop play again. Beast No going to be in big trouble there. Will be brought back with the BRB, though, so it's not all going to be the worst-case scenario yet. But the Chiefs still got a bit of time to cook up to fight towards the next choke point here.
Yeah, AAAd are getting closer and closer to a lot of their ultimates. Reno does get the 1v1 win against Rocco, it seemed like, but it feels like Duba just never found an opportunity to use that Silent Seduction. Oh my goodness, great shots coming in from Beast Node, but either way, Duba, it seems like he's just holding on to that Silent Seduction. I was gonna say he was gonna probably use it to try to shut down Jongvek on the Galactic Legend, but that's already been used up. And Chiefs are able to get a lot more of that space down, and Duba is just, he just can't catch a break. He's just trying to find this opportunity to find any sort of way for AAAd to make space, and finally they're going to look to break through.
Be able to break it through as Iceric and more now as Donald and Go will fall down. So the sooner they go down, the sooner they can reset here, and the Chiefs are going to have to do exactly that. Do have just over a minute to spare on this one. The tools at their disposal: a last stand, a CYA, and maybe a boundary. AAAd can match that or exceed it, especially with their own last stand and Strangling Prison here.
Yeah, I feel like it's all going to come down to No Smite or Rocco coming in. AAAd definitely have the resources to extend this fight, but it's the matter of, are they going to be using it? Do they need it? Is essentially the big question coming into this fight, because AAAd, ideally, they don't use every single ultimate coming into this fight, but with 30 seconds left, there is a world where the Chiefs try to dump everything into the kitchen sink to try to take advantage of the CYA, but the Tendrils are able to find Quasid, and that's the fate of both worlds gone. That's no more extension for AAAd here. Chiefs, if they do find an opportunity to ult dump, they just run over AAAd.
Oh my days, Strangling Prison coming up as well. They're doing the best that they can to hold on to this one. The Chiefs need to find a KOs immediately. Reno going down is not going to be good for them here, as they now have all hands back on deck here. The dance floor coming out for AAAd as well. The Chiefs doing the best they can to stall it out, but they're in big trouble here. Rocco hunting them down, and will find Beast Note here. Not going to be able to play into the Feast of the Abyss. Not going to be able to play into anything, as AAAd hold them down right on the edge of the line there, and we move on to switch sides.
This looks a lot cleaner from AAAd, it looked like. There were a little hiccups here and there, but thankfully AAAd were able to clean things up and at the very least keep the Chiefs from getting to the second checkpoint, albeit it is very difficult when you're on the attacking side here on the Museum of Contemplation to get to that second checkpoint, but AAAd, gotta give props to them for, at the very least, making sure that the Chiefs don't move any further. And now they have a chance to, at the very least, get a map for themselves here.
Yeah, there's a big chance for them to do that, Dan. You know, there's not that much distance they need to cover, but the difficulty is going to be breaking through those defenses. We've seen them do it before, though. You know, they had a confident beginning, especially on to the Lower Manhattan side of things there. So that potential can certainly be tapped into. You know, Snake has been a huge factor into that, being able to absolutely farm up damage and just disparage the defenses of anyone laying in their path there. But we spoke about Phoenix before. Phoenix is here, Dan, so there's that solution to the CYA coming into play.
So they decide to not forego the Cyclops Wolverine team up. Oh, never mind. All right. I mean, the Phoenix would have been fine, right? Try to shut down the CYA, but it seems like AAAd instead really want to prioritize getting that team up down. But I mean, you talked about Snake for a while, right? The way he's been doing so much work, getting those off angles down, like right here, right? Not just playing in main, he's taking control of these side rooms, these side lanes as well, to make sure that the Chiefs, whenever they want to look for something, they gotta make sure that they're staying out of the line of sight of Snake and making sure they're not getting absolutely bursted and lasered down. And so far, this is exactly what Snake is doing. And if you want to take something out of this game and put it into your own games and competitive, this is the thing you want to do, right? Get control of those side areas to try to manipulate the lines of sight on your opponent, and so far Snake is doing a perfect job at just executing that perfectly.
Yeah, they're playing the tight lines of sight here and really not giving the Chiefs time to react to it in any way, shape, or form here. So they're just building themselves up piece by piece onto this one, and we're going to take that control very, very quickly. But speaking of quickly, we now quickly charge up to the CYA coming into play here. Beast Snow going to be diving in, frozen out. Boundary coming in response right now, though. Going to see the Beyblade coming into play as well. Glatrox, big collection there, but it's immediately dealt with. Boundary going to be followed up by Zycrick as well here. They aren't able to really follow up with any KO potential. They just hold things down for a second there as well, but Snake is ready to play into this. Does have Ruby Rage available if needed, but the Chiefs, they're just trying to stall this out right now.
Do they use the Fatal Force aggressively to get the damage boost in favor of Snake's Ruby Rage? We'll see. Donald's going to use the Silent Seduction to, at the very least, keep the rest of AAAd at bay. So if they want to execute this combination, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. There's the Fatal Force invested. Snake, does he want to use the Ruby Rage? It doesn't seem like it's going to be needed, as Zycrick does go down. Donald going to be taken away as a late stagger, it seems like, and AAAd are going to be in the driver's seat here. Duba going even further deeper into this.
Yeah, trying to go even further beyond onto this one. Reno does have the last stand available now, and it looks like Zycrick going to be on portal duty right now. Temporary change as they will look to try and re-engage here. Jumping straight back into the fray. CYA coming into play. Last stand.
Oh my god!
Boom! Locking it down from afar. Rocco leaves a nasty scar on the Chiefs here, and they're not even close to being done. Reno tries to bounce back, but they're not able to get the counter attack here. AAAd will be able to dismantle them entirely, wall them away from the mission vehicle. They get the last moment contest, but it just ain't enough. AAAd push it past the checkpoint.
I mean, you can see how strong this team up is. Rocco is just so much enabled right now, right? Utilizing that dash, getting a lot of that verticality down. He's just everywhere. Sometimes he's in the back line, and then he spins towards the front line, and then uses the last stand to just pin them down, and the Chiefs just have their entire front line dissipated right in front of them. Thankfully, one of them did come back thanks to Bubble's BRB, but still, the damage was already done. A nasty scar meant that AAAd were able to secure the first checkpoint and already are halfway to, at the very least, getting at least a map for themselves.
See if this is going to be the turning point for them here. And now the Chiefs play the lines of sight from afar here. Do the best that they can. Snake now looking to disengage Beast Node over and over again. As soon as they try and dive in, Snake just deals with them accordingly, forcing out the proc on the BRB there. Glatrox going out as well. Now Boundary going to be forced into play as well, but Beast Node finally finds the value there. Quasi going down, Strangling Prison in response though, trying to dish out the damage. It's incredible! AAAd completely annihilate them here. The Chiefs only have Bubble there to stall 1 second, maybe everything. Jong Beck bringing out the Spidey to try and get back onto the mission area. Will they succeed? They just might.
It looks like they did, but it's only going to be a momentary abatement. Invisible Boundary are going to be invested to try to get the Chiefs inside of that area as soon as possible. Here we go. Bubble gets the CYA down. That's so much damage on the Chiefs. And it looks like the Chiefs just barely are able to stabilize. And now, with a minute 45 on the clock, AAAd do have time to reset and look for another engagement.
Oh my goodness. The Chiefs have done it again. Just when you think it's over and out, they will roll it all the way back, albeit they had to commit so much to that fight in order to
That's
bring
what
it
I'm
back
concerned
down.
about right now. Yeah, Chiefs use so much to, at the very least, stabilize, and AAAd will have access to the fate of both worlds, even the last stand, to try to shut down the rest of the Chiefs. But the Chiefs do have offensive options coming up online. Beast Node with the Heaven's Retribution, as well as Reyna with the Devil Out, and with a quick pick onto Snake. This might help the Chiefs in terms of stabilizing even further.
This could be exactly what they're hoping for here. Using the Daredevil to go for the scouting as well is only going to strengthen them at this point in their resolve. And you see, they're playing a very KO ball style composition here. The Devil's coming out now as well. Last Stand immediately scooping them up
my
into the
God,
barrel lead.
huge.
So it's a grand response from Rocco, but Reno's back. They just don't care. They're looking to see if they can continue to instill a confidence here. Heaven's Retribution now coming out. Here's that Beyblade into Parade. Quasita bringing out the dance floor as well. Jongbeck in trouble, but maybe not for long. All they need is a couple percent. It could be time to go absolutely legendary.
Wait.
They're waiting for it. It's still got a bit of time, Dan.
Oh my god, Mandu's getting taken down so low. Jong is threatening with that Galactic Legend. No Smite's threatening with the Strangling Prison. One of these ultimates is going to get more value than the other. Mandu still alive in this fight. He's going to get closer and closer to that invisible boundary. Is he able to get it in time to save the rest of his team? He does, but he's not going to use it. Insane discipline coming in from AAAd to try to hide it, but somehow it looks like AAAd might have gotten it down. But
No,
or is
they
it?
did not.
They didn't.
The Chiefs
Oh
beat
my
them.
god, the timer.
Oh my days.
Overtime didn't even show up.
They have done it, Dan! No one was on the mission
Wow.
vehicle! The Chiefs get it done! 3-0, baby! We never doubted, and they will secure the victory! Oh my goodness! I cannot believe this!
I'm a little bit shocked right now. AAAd, if they used any of their ultimates, they could have stayed onto the mission area, but I don't think anyone was looking at the time. It might have been a little bit of that miscommunication, it seemed like. AAAd, they had ultimates to extend the fight, but they didn't even use it. They tried to save it. They were trying to take cover from Jongbeck with the Galactic Legend, and AAAd just lost track of time. No one was there on the point. The timer hits 0, and the Chiefs sneak away.
I can't.
How
I'm in
else
disbelief.
AAAd, man.
You can't make
They
this
were-
up.
They were playing so well, like playing together as a team, and then that happens, and it's just like, what? Wait, what? What in the world? What just happened?
I can't believe they have done this, but the Chiefs will be able to clean up house just when you think things are taking a turn for the worst for the Chiefs. And no, they make it the best of possible timeline and will be able to redeem the map and take control in their favor. So they will be pushing on ahead into the upper bracket.
I mean, I got to give props to AAAd, right? We talked about it right before we got into the series, right? They do play very well together as a team, but it just feels like the execution, the clutch factor, just never was present there. And we saw how well the Chiefs clutch. Like Reno again, bro is him. Reno is the Chiefs, and the Chiefs is Reno. Like, what more can you ask for here?
Cinema. We are the cinema region. 1000%. You will not get this from any other region. Pacific on top. Dude, these have been crazy games back to back to back, man.
Yeah, like I know this was a 3-0 sweep, but this was definitely one of the best 3-0 series I have ever seen.
I am stun locked. I can't believe it. Matsy, I was hearing you at least 3 miles away, man. That was unbelievable work. Great casting from y'all as well, of course. How did Chiefs clutch it up not once, not twice, but 3 times in this 3-0 back to back to back?
It's just incredible, right? They just have that X factor that Dan was touching on, you know, really managing to force things out when it counts there. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, towards the tail end of it, they played into the Galactic Legend there, which forces all your enemies to kind of disperse away from the mission area. So AAAd are so focused on playing line of sight to try and get away from the impact of that Galactic Legend that they're just a little too far away to go for the contest. It's just so difficult.
We talked about the clutch factor for both of these teams and how it comes down to very small moments that really matter most. Yeah, I think UCM is the best example of that. I mean, did you see how... you had to have seen how close the convoy was to hitting that second marker for AAAd to take the map. It had to have been millimeters away. The game didn't even load what number that was. It was so small. And yet, through it all, the swap, I think, to the Daredevil was the biggest factor for me, Dan. I'm not sure if you agree, but it really felt like the scouting, the info gathering, the manipulation that you were able to achieve on that second point really changed the game.
I mean, that's the power of Daredevil. The most broken thing about Daredevil is his passive, where he's able to see everywhere, the enemy team anywhere on the map within a 40-meter radius. It did get nerfed, but it's still very, very strong, right? Not only that, you're also able to apply so much pressure into the enemy backline as well. You could just stay in there as long as you want because of the amount of sustain that you have. And I mean, you talked about it perfectly, right? The amount of disruption as well coming in with that Daredevil pick, and it just felt like AAAd needed to find something to try to remedy it. They did try to use like the Last Stand to try to shut down the Devil out. We saw that happen in one of those fights, but other than that, it's just been like, it's just so much pressure coming in from AAAd.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure potential for both these teams has been exemplary. And we're just moments away until getting our interviews set up. But in the meantime, Matsy, man, honestly, I think the floor is yours, dude. Like, this is the OCE representation. It's one of the first time we've seen both this region and Asia face up against each other, especially this year. What do you have to say, man?
It's incredible to see the hard work across both regions now being put to the test, being put on full showcase here. I think that, as Dan alluded towards there, I think AAAd did incredible work as well, and there's a reason that that series was as competitive as it was. It's fantastic that we've been able to lock down our playoffs teams. You know, they've certainly earned their spot to be here, and I think that this is definitely not going to be the last we see from AAAd 100%. If they're playing like that, surely they can run it back in the lower bracket.
I mean, yeah, this lower bracket's getting feisty right now. I made the correct call that N1 Hex is going to make the big tear through the lower bracket, but Dan, I feel like you can make a pretty strong argument that AAAd could do the same.
Yeah, I mean, AAAd, they have the fundamentals down. This team has a lot of experience in their belt from other titles, and then they're bringing that experience here into Rivals, and you saw how well they play together as a team. It's just like, yeah, we have these combos, we just have to use these in order to try to give ourselves a little bit of an advantage. But then, like, the Chiefs, you know, they're just better.
Yeah.
And like, the tensest of moments, the smallest of plays just made the biggest difference here, it felt like, right? AAAd, like, they have the macros down, but then when you go into, like, the micro scale of things, the Chiefs, that's really where they shined.
I just feel like this matchup is going to be a VOD review dream come true. Everyone's going to be making long videos about the micro plays of each of these teams, man. And hey, maybe, you know, our watch partiers will enjoy breaking it down as well. I know you're there. But even then, right, we're still moments away from our interviewers, and I'm very... What do you know? Ring, ring. Our interview is ready. Who do we have on the line? Oh, it's Reno. Hello,
hey.
my friend. How are you?
Hello. How you guys going?
Oh, we're doing great after watching your matchups, man. I mean,
we're losing our damn minds.
Yeah, good lord, where to begin, right? So, your team is the first one to play in international cross borders inside of 2026. You just faced against AAAd. They're a team that's not in a region that's yours. Were you coming into this matchup expecting a very different style of Marvel Rivals being played against you?
I mean, to be honest, like, these teams are all very good, and we have very high expectations that they'll all be able to match us in a good way. Like, they'll all be good enough to verse us, and AAAd was very skilled, you know, very close maps, all of them. But at the end of the day, like, we took it back, we communicated, and we took it back.
Just to talk to me real quick about the clutch moments in each of these maps, because it was a slow start for the Chiefs. I would say just about every single map, AAAd just seemed like they were getting better and better, and when it seemed like an impossible situation for your team to win, somehow you did it. Talk to me more about that.
I mean, yeah, it was very intense. Obviously, like it was neck and neck down to the wire. Had to make swaps. That was the biggest thing. Like we were walking out on the like a lot of bad stuff, and like even that first map, like they were on a complete counter comp. Like it was unplayable for us, and like obviously we knew that after the first round. Completely swapped it up, and we managed to bring it back. And then the other maps, yeah, like trust me, you should hear the comms, man. Oh.
I mean, take me through this as well, right? Well, we talked about it a little bit in it, like how you play in the game, but we gotta talk about out of the game, right? You guys are playing over in China, right? You take me through on how that adjustment has been, right? Getting used to that environment in terms of trying to play on, you know, like a better latency.
To be honest, it's really nice, and obviously thank you to NetEase for like letting us do this. Like, it's an awesome experience, very new experience for like me personally, and I'm sure everyone else is also feeling the same. Yeah, no, like the ping has been really nice. Not having to verse like teams we scrim on like 100 ping makes a lot of characters a lot more playable and less like struggles. And we're all here on time, right?
Who would have thought?
No, most of the time, yeah.
I can just picture that confidence shining through on your Wolf, your DD, Reno, and it's shown in a big way in your play there. But running it back to map number 2, you know, when you clutched it out of that last stand into the double KO into the special delivery off the map, what was your comms like in that big moment?
I mean, it was kind of like, you guys know that one meme, the Golden Scar meme from Fortnite? You know, when I hit that wall vault and I saw an invis that was 1 HP? I was like, oh my days, this is my moment, bro. It was insane. Like, everyone was screaming, like, nice. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, man. Reno, I'm sure you're still adjusting over, you know, traveling so far, you know, jet lag, whoever, you know. The floor is yours, man. Like, you absolutely deserve to say whatever you want right now. If you want to shout out any enemies, your friends, future people that you're going to be facing up against. This is a wild playoffs time and a very unique one. So the floor is yours, dude.
Yeah, well, I'd like to shout out obviously my team and my coach and even like Genji, because we're gonna be versing them, and I'm very excited for that. Also Reject, very excited to verse them. Yeah, Zen's in the room. But yeah, I'd like to shout out just everyone in China and like everyone playing. Yeah, and I'm very excited to verse Reject and Genji next.
Okay. Do you think the just one last question. What is the possibility that Chiefs can make the ultimate upset and take the victory here? Are you confident that your team can win the championship?
No chance, bro. I can't lie. No, I'm joking. Of course we can. We if we play how we normally do, we'll take it, bro. We'll take it. We'll take the
That's
victory.
what I want to hear. The clutches from y'all were absolutely amazing. I have no doubt in my mind, at the very least, top 3. But I want to see you on the championship side, my friend. Reno, thank you so much for the interview, dude. Get some rest, man. You have a long playoffs ahead of you.
No, yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Reno, and hi, Zen.
Hi, Zen.